Hello, welcome to the Habitual Evaluation podcast. My name is David Granata. I am the owner of Goliath Performance. We are mobile personal trainers who can come out to you to help you with your health and physical goals. So please reach out to us if that's what you're after. So let's get straight into the show with Habitual Evaluation. I am going to be going on to talking about focusing on men's health and the number one killer, heart disease, and how we can all come about that. So today we're going to dive straight into it. The first thing I want to talk about is physical inactivity. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about why physical inactivity is so common amongst the men that I obviously help out. One of my clients who is over 200 kilos and he's been like that a few times in his life, and how does he come about that? How does that even happen to someone to let themselves go to obviously to get to that point? Only recently he's been prescribed with Ozempic. He has been with me previously for 4 months. Now he's been prescribed with Ozempic. He was really obviously against that, but now he's going on that. If you don't know what that is, actually, Ozempic, it's very common. It's very popular amongst people that are trying to lose weight very quickly, and obviously there's got side effects. And the thing that I see is people lose 40 kilos without building the habits around that to sustain that, in the discipline, the self-love to not only just keep that weight off, but to enjoy the process after that, after getting off something like Ozempic, and keep it going. So that's the number one thing that I see with my experience with physical inactivity. So not prioritizing your health and your fitness during the day, that is something that I've started with this show and just want to get into as a personal trainer that sees this quite often and obviously discusses this with people that just are too busy with their work, with their family, with everything else that they have in life, and don't prioritize their physical health as a priority. That's what's leading to heart disease. That's what's leading to the number one killer amongst us, is not having that time throughout the day and not prioritizing that. Now, most people would say they don't have the time, and they look at the only option that they have is going to a gym. Fuck the gym. Don't go to the gym. Don't worry about signing up to another gym, another membership where you have to travel to the gym, you have to get out of the car, you have to talk to the receptionist. That's what kills me, just having to interact with another person to do my own workouts. I guess that's an extreme form, but that's me. I would rather just have a little bit of room for myself. You don't need too much equipment. You can put something together for 30 minutes, 3-4 times a week, and get your workouts in. There is no need to travel and park the car and having to interact with someone to waste your time in order to spend 30 minutes of your own time to get our workout in. Or you can get a personal trainer to come out to you. So it's totally up to you how you want to go about that. For me, going to the gym is a total waste of time. You don't need all that equipment. It's something that we've all forgotten, is that we have our own body weights that you can use and make your heart rate go up, burn the extra calories that you need to burn. Try and get in the 10,000 steps or go for a 10-minute walk daily. That's all it is. That's where you have to start. Don't think of the extreme and looking at different barriers of how you're going to get started and what you need to get started. Even getting a personal trainer or starting a new diet. Just start where you're at. Start with something. Start walking. Start with any sort of basic at-home workouts that you can currently do. The other part of that is obviously food and diet. Somehow food and diet, it's very overcomplicated today. I don't discuss any sort of diets with any of my clients ever, with anyone, because everyone's tried something. Everyone has their own idea with what works for them, and everyone's different. So for me, it's all down to your discipline, your habits. Having a moderate, balanced diet. Like, what does that even mean? We've sort of gotten lost with all these restrictive diets, and there's different ways, intermittent fasting and everything else. So it might work for someone, it's definitely not going to work for everyone. So cut back on all the information and the information overload and getting overwhelmed with what you need to do. Tracking what you're doing is the best way to go about it. You don't even need to go on an app and use MyFitnessPal. That's a mistake I've made for too long, is asking clients to go and log in every day, sit down and put in information on MyFitnessPal. No one's going to do that. So get a little diary, write notes on your phone, put it in, know how much is going in, and just track from there. Learn with what you're actually putting into your body. Have an understanding of that. That's the best way to start, the real simplest way I can think of. That's with diet and with food. So obviously diet, food plays a big role with the challenges around having obesity, diabetes. Like, back to my client, 200 kilos. Diet's a big one. So not being able to start with a good diet and sticking to it. Then you got alcohol. So the third one I wanted to touch on today was alcohol. I myself don't drink alcohol, but I'm around my family members, all the men, my brothers anyway, they're big drinkers, they love their beer. But drinking beer for men is very bad, so that's the first thing that we need to know about, is the different types of alcohol that you can have. Having alcohol straight up is the best way to have it. Trying to reduce alcohol, trying to take in limits to one drink and enjoy that one drink, and then start saying no to every other drink that comes after that. It's all for your health. It's all to make you better. So if you can't do that for yourself, then you're just going to keep drinking and sacrificing your health to thinking that you're enjoying your mood or your experience around that. So those are the three things that I wanted to start off with. I like to go forward with this show and start getting into more of those topics around men's health, well-being, sleep, looking into sleep, how important sleep really is. Something that I prioritize in my life is sleep, like literally just looking into that, and no one disturbs me around that. And obviously diet, food, only touched on it a little bit today, but how to make that very simple for yourself. And alcohol, I think alcohol is a big one. Alcohol is a massive problem in this country, Australia. We completely struggle with that. Me growing up, I was a security guard in the King's Cross, when there actually was a King's Cross, in the nightclubs at 18, and just seeing what that does to everyone, the society. Then we had the lockdowns, and I went overseas to different countries, and they'll have the same opinion about Australians when it comes to drinking. So we do have a massive problem with that, especially us men, thinking it's a social acceptable drug to take. To me, it's just poison. I call it the weak man's drink, and that's what it is. Very weak to drink alcohol, I think. But yeah, it's totally up to you how you want to go about that. If you've got any questions or any topics you'd like to talk about further, please leave a comments below this video. I will start bouncing around different ideas to go on that. I love to get my client that is 200 kilos onto this show. I think that would be awesome. And working on the habitual evaluation, what it takes to build the habits, the discipline of losing a certain amount of weight, or even just getting started, putting your foot forward and get outside and do the first workout, and then follow it up with the next workout. So that's what this show is all about. My name is David Granada. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.